Alright. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond, how to get out of Babylon. I am heading home from out of Branson back to the farm. And interestingly enough, it sounded like Margot, at least for a time, is going to hang out at the farm. A farm down there, it's called The Farm. And I guess they got camping for $5 a day, and that's only $150 a month. I don't know why she was even thinking about coming up here for $600 a month. And they got a good shower there. Well, that's something that's like non-existent here, a shower bathtub situation that she needs. So anyway, I think all in all it worked out well. The last day here, this morning, talking to Brother Shannon, it struck me that what I like about this place is the hills and the cliffs, and not that I've been out that much. It's not that high altitude, so I it'd be a good place to get out and get some exercise because it's so beautiful, and it's not very high altitude. It wouldn't bother me as much as, say, being out in the Rockies at 10,000 feet because I'm not used to it now. But what I enjoy about this, like off to my left here, is a couple of cliff faces that they literally cut the highway right through. They blasted them out, and there's still big chunks of them left, about 50 foot wide, 100, 300 feet long, something like that. Vertical cliffs, 50 feet up. So what to me is beautiful here for somebody that's handicapped or has trouble navigating uneven terrain, this place would be not well suited. So that struck me, and I was like, whoa, yeah, in the wintertime, this would be a nightmare, an absolute nightmare for anybody that doesn't really enjoy four-wheel drive, ice traction. I think you can see that clip on the left there. Really bad driving. Like right now, I'm going down a steep hill. Coming up the steep hill in snow, ice, not fun. Be ready to put your chains on, whatever. So anyway, physically out and about, that's what really hit me. I was like, okay, driving one thing, but out and about, you go out to sell something, or you go to a job or whatever, and you're navigating stairs, you're navigating, really steep slopes. It didn't really hit me till this morning too. I mean, I noted it yesterday because the fourth floor at that King's Quarters that I was at, the fourth floor is ground floor. So the first floor is ground floor. The second floor is ground floor. If they had room to put in, the slope is so steep that they only have an entry on the first floor and the fourth floor. So there could be a second floor, ground floor apartment, but there's not. There is only, or third floor, either one. So anyway, point being, it's just not a conducive situation. For anybody else, I think that good landing place, if you came in here with it's like some of these places I just passed one that said move-in special, 0 down, and it looked pretty clean, it looked pretty nice. Extended stay, so $50, most of them are $50 deposit, damage deposit, $50 to move in, and about the same as an apartment, $500, $600 a month. So Wi-Fi, who knows, and all that stuff, but there's Wi-Fi everywhere because it's a tourist place. So every restaurant, every gas station, every business has Wi-Fi. So that's not a problem. Don't need Wi-Fi because the 4G signal is perfectly clear. Everything I've done here has been just 4G. I do a video, I upload it, boom, it's uploaded in a matter of minutes. So now they may have 5G, which won't be good. They may hammer the region with 5G. I don't know. They may already be up and operational. I don't see it registering on my phone, but that's however that's all going to play out, and the dangers of it. That's all. Here, coming up on another zip line. There's 2 big billboards there. Zip Ride Fly, Branson Zip Line. I mean, there's zip lines everywhere. Like I said, for a good business to learn, if you're younger. Let's say a family came in here and their sons and daughters wanted to learn how to do climbing and stuff. Well, there's climbing walls, there's this, there's that, there's mountaineer supplies, there's There's kayaking, there's canoe, there's, like I said, amphibious ducks. I love those ideas because you can drive around and drive out on the lake. I think it would be cool to drive one of those as a job. Personally, I really like the idea. So, anyway, point being is there's a bunch of businesses here, and I've been amazed at the friendliness. I just every single time I've pulled up to get out, in or out of a place, people stop. 2 vehicles might go by, maybe. Usually, traffic's a little heavy, and it clears up real fast too. But I've never had been waiting for very long. One car might go by, the second one's going to let you in. Just common courtesy. Nobody's cussing, flipping any people off, yelling, screaming, honking. I have not heard a horn honk. I haven't heard or seen any problems with, law enforcement. I haven't seen any police, period. I'm sure they're here or there, wherever. Here's a zip line right here. Branson zip line at Wolf Mountain. There was one up on top of way up on top there where that scenic place was. I mentioned that. But you can see these little sheds all over here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The little roofs, for if it's raining. You can stand under the little thing on the little landing port way up in here. So, anyway, there's just a bunch of stuff to do here. And very impressed overall. Really enjoyed it. I think it would be a good place to tell people to come because it's family oriented. Everything here is family oriented. There's very few bars. I saw a tavern outside of town, the Cheeky Monkey, where I went to look at those apartments. I saw another one, I think, another tavern. So your shows are mostly all this family oriented. I mean, there's none of the types of businesses that are in big cities. There's no gentlemen's clubs. There's no, I didn't see any bars that were like country western bars, where you Mickey Gilley's, but that's like for shows, I believe. But there's no roadhouse type of places. You know what I'm talking about? Big bars that tend to attract a bunch of heavy drinking people. Anyway, just kind of thinking out loud and stuff. But I'm definitely of the opinion that it might be a good place for people to come and get a job and housing at the same time. Boom, boom, boom. On the same day, blow into town, find a job. So, I mean, with thousands of definitely hundreds of businesses. Anybody that had any kind of time to spend, whether phone or whatever, can find work. No question. I mean, some of these hotels must have 300 people employed. They're huge. And there's chains, and there's hotels with two locations. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna shut up here. So, all right. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. Yeah, it's a little bit of Babylon, but it's right in the middle of the Ozarks, a jewel of the Ozarks, man. I'll tell you. I wanted to spend some time looking around and do a little bit of the downtown Branson, but I really wasn't positive where it was at. I think I was pretty close to it at one point, but because they have the trolley, the outdoor fountain thing, light show, whatever, the $7.6 million show thing. But anyway, done deal, headed home. Margaret's going to hang out down there. I just didn't see any reason whatsoever to beat our head against a granite wall up here when she's faced with the same thing there and the same types of situations, extended stay places there in Eureka Springs where she's at. So, and there's several people down there to help her out. So I think should be in good hands. If people if they just pull together and they all treat each other like believers, like if somebody works for you, pay them. If somebody drives you around all day long, pay them for their time and pay them for their gas. Don't just flip them $10, for gas, which didn't even cover the gas, Pay them for their time, $5-10 an hour or whatever. $10 would be nice. Pay them for the gas. Don't just pay them for the gas. Don't just pay them for the time. Somebody moves you across the country, give them a couple $1,000s, flat out, no question. So there's some questions there, issues that people need to get together on and work out. So, all right, there you go. I'm out of here. Jerry Diamond. Hallelujah. Thank you. Blessings to everybody out there listening and, following me. Thank you for your prayers, especially. All right, bye-bye.